Sweet dreamers, welcome to a new magical story. Today's story is about the adventures of Gingerbread on the winter feast. Once, in a magical land far away, lived a special gingerbread named Gino. Gino wasn't just an ordinary gingerbread, he was a small, cheerful friend who came to life during the enchanting winter feast. On a cold, sparkling evening, the winter feast began in Gino's land. Snowflakes drifted down, covering the streets with a sparkling carpet. Gino stood on a shelf in the bakery, surrounded by his gingerbread friends. They all looked forward to the feast and the adventures that awaited. The clock struck 12, and something magical happened. Gino felt a tingling through his sugary body, and suddenly, he hopped off the shelf. He was alive. Gino waddled through the bakery and invited his friends to join him at the winter feast. Together, they set off through the snow-covered streets. Along the way, they encountered dancing snowmen, twinkling lights, and cheerful elves handing out treats. Gino and his friends danced to the festive music and enjoyed the enchanting atmosphere. While the feast was in full swing, Gino met a sad polar bear who had lost his hat. Without hesitation, Gino offered his own sugary hat. The polar bear was so grateful that he invited Gino and his friends to play in the magical snow park. They slid down glittering slides, built snow castles, and had the time of their lives. The winter feast became even more special with the friendships Gino made and the good deeds he performed. As the morning sun slowly rose, Gino felt the enchantment that had brought him to life. He realized that his time as a living gingerbread was coming to an end. With a smile on his sugary face, Gino said goodbye to his friends and returned to the bakery, where he became an ordinary but very happy gingerbread once again. And so, the winter feast ended with magic, friendship, and warm memories. As the children lay in their beds, they dreamt of Gino and his adventures at the enchanting winter feast, full of wonder and joy. Gino's magical dreams. In the days following the winter feast, Gino rested contentedly on his familiar shelf in the bakery. Although he was now an ordinary gingerbread again, he couldn't stop smiling as he thought about the enchanting adventures he had experienced. His sugary heart was filled with warm memories of friendship and fun. On a quiet night, while the stars sparkled in the sky, something magical happened again. Gino felt that familiar tingling through his body. The winter feast is over, but the magic always stays in our hearts, a friendly voice whispered in his ear. Suddenly, Gino stood up on his little legs, more lively than ever before. His eyes sparkled with excitement as he discovered he wasn't alone. His gingerbread friends had also come to life, ready for new adventures. The friendly voice led Gino and his friends to a dazzling forest, where trees were adorned with twinkling lights. Fairies danced among the branches, and elves sang cheerful songs. In the center of the forest, they met the wise snowy owl, the guardian of dreams and wishes. The wise snowy owl told Gino and his friends about the magic of dreams and how they could continue their adventures in the enchanted world of the night. With a magic spell, the owl opened a sparkling gate to dreamland. Gino and his friends stepped through the gate and were surrounded by a sea of colorful clouds and twinkling stars. They floated through the air, experienced adventures in dreamlands, and met fantastic creatures. Every night brought new surprises and joy. While the children lay in their beds, they were visited by Gino and his friends in their dreams. They shared the magic of the winter feast, inspired creative adventures, and ensured that the night was filled with enchanting stories. And so, Gino and his friends continued to spread magic, joy, and friendship, not only during the winter feast but every night in the dreams of children around the world. Because sometimes, the most beautiful adventures are found in the magical world of dreams. Gino's smile. While Gino and his friends filled children's dreams night after night with enchanting adventures, they noticed something special happening. Children began waking up with a radiant smile on their faces, as if they still felt the magic of Gino and his friends, even when they were awake. On a clear night in dreamland, the wise snowy owl came to Gino. "You've done something extraordinary, Gino," said the owl with a wise look in its eyes. You've spread the power of joy and friendship, and that power is now returning to the world of the awakened. Gino didn't quite understand what the owl meant, but he felt that something special was happening. The wise snowy owl took Gino and his friends to an enchanted mirror. As they looked into it, they saw children from all over the world laughing, playing, and sharing kindness with others. The smile of Gino and his friends had transferred to the children, and that smile was spreading like an enchanting wave. The children who had once celebrated the winter feast and discovered the magic of Gino were now sharing that same magic with others, even when they were not asleep. Gino now understood that the enchantment of the winter feast was not limited to just one night. It was a gift that continued, a gift that existed in the joy people shared with each other, in the smiles they brought to each other's faces. With a warm feeling in his sugary heart, Gino knew that his adventures, though beginning at the winter feast, had a lasting impact on the hearts of children. And so, he continued to bring dreams, joy, and smiles, not only during special celebrations but every day in the hearts of those who believed in the magic of friendship. Good night, dear children.